Have you ever felt judged by your appearance or abilities? Today, we're going to explore a powerful story that might just change the way you see yourself and others. Imagine a kingdom ruled by a most unusual king. This monarch had only one leg and one eye, but his heart? Oh, it was as vast as the ocean. His wisdom, as deep as the night sky. You see, despite his physical limitations, he was known throughout the land for his generosity and competence as a ruler. One day, while strolling through his grand palace, the king noticed something that made him pause. Along the hallway hung portraits of his ancestors, regal, perfect, and intimidating. As he gazed at these images, a thought struck him. What would my portrait look like? Now, before we go on, let's remember what Paul tells us in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Our king, despite his power, felt vulnerable. He understood what it meant to be judged unfairly. And yet, he ruled with compassion, embodying these very verses. The king, both curious and apprehensive, invited painters from across the kingdoms to create his portrait. But as each artist arrived and saw the king, they politely declined, unsure how to capture his unique appearance in a flattering light. Have you ever felt like these painters? Unsure how to approach someone different from yourself? It's a common struggle, isn't it? But then, a young painter stepped forward. With confidence, he promised to create a beautiful portrait of the king. The court buzzed with anticipation and skepticism. Days passed, and finally, the moment of revelation arrived. The young painter unveiled his work before the entire court. What they saw left them breathless. There was the king, sitting majestically upon a horse. His bow was drawn, one eye closed in concentration as he aimed his arrow. The portrait captured strength, skill, and royal dignity. Not a single physical imperfection was evident. The king was overjoyed. The painter had seen beyond the surface, focusing on the monarch's abilities rather than his limitations. This artist didn't just paint a picture, he painted a perspective. This reminds me of 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So, my brothers and sisters in Christ, what can we learn from this story? First off, let's remember to see others the way God sees them. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has gifts and talents that God has blessed them with. Secondly, when we face challenges, let's get creative like that young painter. With God's help, we can turn what the world sees as weaknesses into strengths. And lastly, never forget that our true beauty comes from within. It's our character shaped by Christ that really matters. I was thinking, how can we live this out in our daily walk with the Lord? Maybe next time you meet someone new, challenge yourself to find 3 positive qualities about them before making any judgments. Or if you're facing a personal limitation, ask yourself, how can I reframe this as a strength? And in your community, look for ways to highlight and celebrate the unique gifts of others, especially those who might feel overlooked. As we wrap up, I want you to consider this. What paintings are you creating in your life? Are you focusing on the limitations of others? Or are you helping to reveal their true beauty and potential? Remember, we are all created in God's image, each with our own unique purpose. Let's strive to see others and ourselves through His eyes of love and grace. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift. Until next time, keep painting beautiful perspectives in your world.